and welcome to Tuesday Night Titans. And now it is my pleasure to introduce to you, from Her Majesty's Secret Service, 007 3/4, Lord Alfred Thesz.
You always have something that really stops me in my tracks. I had all sorts of things I was going to say. I've forgotten them completely.
A very exciting Tuesday Night Titans, indeed. For tonight, we look forward to having a gentleman from Sunset Beach, Hawaii, Don Morocco.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to that. Also, how about that free spirit, Ivan Putski?
Indeed, a free spirit. I understand there are going to be lots of fun and games with Ivan Putski also here. And in addition to that, Thesz, one of the all-time greats. A real pleasure to have him, such a fine gentleman, on Tuesday Night Titans. And when we return, we talk about your tenacious athletes. We shall have with us no less than Superfly, Jimmy Snuka. Ladies and gentlemen, we have had some great athletes thus far on Tuesday Night Titans. We promise you to have even more great athletes. However, few would equal the skills of our current guests. Jimmy Superfly Snuka, welcome to Tuesday Night Titans.
Thank you very much, brother, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Without a doubt, Jimmy, you hold a very special place in the hearts of so many wrestling fans worldwide, for many, many different reasons. Certainly one of those would be your unique skills. Only Superfly Snuka would dare to climb to the top rope and leap as far as you possibly can onto a prone opponent. And I would think one question that certainly would come to the minds of most anyone is that it would appear as though that particular maneuver is obviously dangerous, to say the least, but it seems to me that it would hurt you almost as much as it would hurt your opponent.
Well, the only one thing that I just like to just say to you, sir, and to the wonderful people there here in the United States, which I love so much, and I know that you're all willing to know individually and one of us, because individual's feelings is different. And if you got that feeling, then your answer is, ladies and gentlemen, only you know.
Jimmy, you're known for not only your extraordinary physical skills, but from within there seems to come a certain unique ferocity. Just when you cut loose, you just let it go. Could you explain in your own words how you feel when that happens?
There's only one feeling, brother, and that's the truth. That's my answer.
And the truth is coming out.
And the truth is that you have to have faith and confidence to know exactly that you're doing the right thing.
Lord Alfred Thesz, you have covered professional wrestling for a number of years. You've seen different styles in terms of wrestling skills, different sizes and whatever. Have you ever seen anything at all that equals Superfly Snuka with what he does?
No, I haven't. Truthfully, I haven't. I've traveled all the world, and it's been something of a thing to me to collect visual images of wrestlers. But Jimmy Snuka tops the list. When you were talking just now, he climbs to the very top rope. He goes even higher as he can. Is that why they call it Superfly? He goes so high and comes down. But I really liked his psychological approach to that. He's in search of the truth, and he finds that, and he does have that confidence. And what is unique is he has that self-confidence without being conceited.
But Jimmy, let me ask you another question, if I may. It seems that there's been somewhat of a change in your attitude in terms of your approach to professional wrestling, and I may very well be wrong on this, but having followed your career for a number of years, it seems to me that you've become a target in professional wrestling because so many accolades have come your way, justifiably so, that many wrestlers are extremely jealous, I would suspect, of that, and it seems that you've become a target in that they really want you out of professional wrestling. Do you agree with that?
I wouldn't have no doubt in individual thoughts, but I can't think negative about it because there's only one way I have to think and feel that I have to know. I have to think and think confidentially in one thing only, brother.
What we'd like to do, Jimmy, something that may break your confidence. We'd like to take you back to a matchup. Actually, it was not really a match. You were a guest of one Rowdy Roddy Piper in Piper's Pit. For the benefit of those of you who have a little queasy stomach, we would like to caution you about viewing this piece. It is not a pretty sight at all, so please, those of you, be forewarned. Let's take you now to the videotape.
Very simple. All of a sudden, we got a bunch of people writing in. This guy here comes, I don't know, maybe comes sniveling to the people, comes and cries, Roddy Piper didn't give me a chance to say nothing on the pit. Roddy Piper didn't give me a chance to do nothing. You want a chance? Everybody wants to be like Roddy Piper. You want a chance? You want a chance to say something, brother? I'll tell you what, man. Here you go. Take the little microphone. There you go. There you go. Put it in the little greasy paws. You want to do something, then you go ahead. You say exactly what you want to say to these people. You can do. Just a second. I want you to, wait a second. I want to make you feel at home. Before we start, you want to be the big shot. You want to do all the talking. You want to really think. All these people. Got yourself a pineapple. Want you feel at home. Want you feel like the Fiji Islands. Kind of like the women, you know? Kind of long, frosty hair on top, round on the bottom. Got your pineapple. You want to be a happy person? What do you want, huh? What do you want? You want bananas? You want to talk? Go ahead and talk, huh? Go ahead and talk. Wait a second. Wait. You want bananas? You want bananas? We got bananas. Here we go. You want bananas? Have yourself a banana. Huh? This is what you want. You want to talk? You ain't saying nothing. What's wrong, huh? You want to come up here like a big shot? What do you want? You want coconuts. Here I went. I got your coconuts. Just like, there you go. One coconut. Two coconuts. More coconuts. You want to be a big shot. You want to go, wait a second. Bananas and coconuts. You want to be a big shot. You know what? The only thing I didn't get a tree for you to climb up and down like a monkey, like you want to do. You want to be a big shot? I'll get you a tree next time. You want a banana? Have a banana. What do you want, man? You think? Am I making fun of you? Whoa. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Superfly Snuka with us, and we have just reviewed that last piece of videotape. Mr. Snuka, obviously very much on your mind, I'm sure, is Rowdy Roddy Piper. What was going on in your mind? Can you tell us that? What was going on in your mind? You were given the opportunity to interview Piper. Piper had earlier on, he had really mistreated you in a previous Piper's Pit. This was your opportunity. What was on your mind? Did you think you were going to have that opportunity?
It's only one opportunity that I had the chance. That it's not normally that all times you would have the chance to look forward, to speak to you wonderful people out there that I truly love and truly believe the faith that you got. What I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen, he said, now, for instance, you try to put this for 1 second in your mind. What would happen if that was you? How would you take that just one little feeling that just felt in your mind at the second that moment coconut pounded into your brains? You take that one deep in the beating of your heart to tell me, what do I really want? And what you really want to know, how I feel? I love you people. You show it to me, and I'll give you what you want to see. You understand? Piper, it's only one term in life. One person gets one chance in facing to the truth. The truth, brother! The truth!
All right, thank you very much. Jimmy Superfly Snuka, we'll be back as we continue in just a moment. There have been a few, at least, legends in professional wrestling, but I would suggest none any more legendary than our current guest, Mr. Lou Thesz. Lou, welcome to Tuesday Night Titans.
Thank you very much, Vince. I'm really happy to be here. It's my privilege.
Lou, your wrestling career spans an extraordinary number of years. When did you begin wrestling professionally?
I started wrestling professionally in 1936.
It's incredible.
Several years ago.
Several years ago, you look like you could walk into the ring right now. You look in great shape.
I still train, Vince, and I work out constantly, and I go to Japan and coach and wrestle in Mexico and pretty well around the world, and I still enjoy what I'm doing.
Also, as I know for a fact, one of the most sought-after guest referees also.
I enjoy that. Of course, having spent all these years, 50 years as a professional wrestler in the thing, I should know a couple of things about the rules. As a matter of fact, I even helped write a couple of them. So.
I'm sure you did. Who do you feel were some of the more formidable opponents you've had through the years? Let's begin, if we may, back when you first started in professional wrestling.
Well, when I first started, just prior to my getting into the professional ranks, I worked out with a fantastic wrestler, a man by the name of Ed Stranger Lewis. And I got a lesson real quick from him. They told me that I wouldn't have any problem with him, but they lied to me. I had more than a problem, But nevertheless, he ended up as my manager later, and my mentor and coach, and a fantastic person. But there are many other great wrestlers down the pike. We had fellows like Jim Landis and Ray Steele. He helped me quite a lot. And John Pesic and many other really greats, and they devoted their entire lives to wrestling. That's all they did.
Sure.
And 7 days a week. And I guess when you get fairly good or better at a particular sport than most people, you devote most of your time to it. It's a labor of love is what it is.
If we now may take you back to a matchup, and we'll take you all the way back to the country of Japan. As a matter of fact, we will see the legendary Lou Thesz in action in the country of Japan. I believe the year will be 1957.
0-0の引き分け。何としてもこの機会に世界ヘビー級選手権の王座への道を開きたい力道山であります。世界ヘビー級の王座の位置にあります。このルーテーズ、試合運びもなかなかに老快なものがあります。フェアなブレーク、力道山。別れ際ちょっと手を出しましたルーテーズ。これに対してレフリーが注意を与えております。腕を取り合いました両者、チャンスを伺います。別れ際またも肘打ち。 チャンピオンテーズ。しかし力道山もヘッドロックから岩石落とし放たれました。ルーテーズの接近技カウント3。誠に強烈。ルーテーズの得意技岩石落とし。
Back with us, the legendary Lou Thesz, and there are a number of awards here with us, Lou. For instance, the one that's here in front of me. Could you tell us a little something about that?
I won out in Mexico City about 4 years ago from a fellow by the name of Kenneck, and I beat him for the heavyweight championship of Mexico at that time. We wrestled at the Palacio de Sportes, which is the building that they built for the Olympics. And it was an impressive thing, and I enjoyed it very much.
And that was just 4 years ago.
Yes, sir.
Incredible, incredible. What about some of these other awards? Alfred, there are a number of them there.
Let's see it, for example. Let me hold this up.
No,
See if the camera can.
which one is this now, Lou?
That one there, I was in Japan again with a great wrestler by the name of Karl Gotch, and he and myself were tag team partners, and we won the heavyweight tag team partners championship in Japan, and he received one of these, and so did I.
Karl Gotch, as tag team partners, you and Karl must have been quite a formidable combination.
We thought so, and
I'm sure your opponents thought so as
we're
well.
both Hungarian Germans, you know, and we both speak the language a little bit, and we did a lot of training together, and we enjoyed it, and we had a lot of fun doing it, you know.
I'm sure you did. Alfred, what is this next award? What is this one?
Oh, that's a referee award. I was awarded an All-Asian referee emeritus there in Japan. They brought me over there each year to referee their tournaments, the All-Asian tournaments. And one year they decided to be very generous and gave me one of these. Yeah.
Well, of course, this is only a sample of some of the extraordinary awards that you have won through the years. We understand your trophy room is cavernous.
I do have a pretty good trophy room, and so we have so much of it. You know, you build up the little things. It's pretty soon you put them in the basement, you know, and you don't have a place to put things.
One thing, Vince, the diversity of Lou Thesz is absolutely amazing. For example, I know for a fact he sent a dog that he had trained personally to England, and it was shown in Wembley at the Crofts Dog Show, which is the premier show of all animals, and it won a first place.
There on the...
Yes, here
there
we
it
see
is.
a photo of a much younger Lou Thesz there.
You don't see the head very well there because the shadow, but that dog there was a constant all-breed winner and won a lot of best in shows. I acquired him in 1942, and I showed him for 4 or 5 years and did tremendously, and he produced some really, really fine animals.
You were a GI then?
Oh, yes, I was in the Army at that time, right. I was a pill roller, what they call a medic in the Army, you know?
Is that right? Surely there are more aspects of Lou Thesz. I know that your career and your interests are so varied. It's phenomenal.
Well, what I had to do, so far as the dogs are concerned, I got hooked on dogs, Vince, and I really spent a lot of time and effort at it, and so much that I decided I'd better go back to work and pay my taxes and everything. You know, I was spending too much money, time, and effort at it. I got back to training again. I never did leave wrestling, of course, but I got real good shape and went back on the road, and everything is beautiful again, you know.
Lou, we'd like to take you right now to some videotape footage and get your comments afterwards. A little shock value here. Let's go to Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
Hello, Mr. Wonderful.
This is the kind of treatment that Mr. Wonderful gets. This is the type of treatment that he deserves, that he owns, that he has, and that he is. He is Mr. Wonderful. I pay a lot of money to have my hair, my nails, my shoes shine. And these ladies right here are who help me. They're the one that make me what I am. They help to make me what Mr. Wonderful really is. We're ready to begin. See, I demand this. I demand every hair in the right place. I demand my nails done perfectly because I'm a perfectionist. I demand my shoes to be done right. That's the way I am. That's the way I am when I step into the ring. That's why this face looks the way it looks. My hair. Everything. I pay more money on my hair and my face and my shoes than most people make in a year. I spend that in a week. Last time you did my nails, they weren't up to my expectation. I didn't really like them.
Oh,
You didn't really put enough shine. You need to buff them a little bit more.
Yes, sir.
There was a glare in them. Could you go a a little easy on the hair, you might pull one out.
Yes, sir.
I've told you that before, haven't I?
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute. Stop everything. Wait. Hold it. Why isn't somebody doing my shoes?
I'm sorry, Karen?
I'm sorry, you know, every time I come in here, something is going wrong. I told you how I want things done right. She should have been here.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wonderful.
Everybody's sorry.
Take care of it, Mr. Wonderful. But, Mr. Wonderful, these are sneakers.
Don't make no difference what they are. Just start doing them.
Yes, sir, Mr. Wonderful.
Scrub them. That's what you're supposed to do. And get on your hands and knees and scrub them. That's better. Shine that shoe, girl. Come on. Put some elbow grease behind it.
Yes, Mr.
That's what I
Wonderful.
paid you for.
Yes, sir.
So I pay you 50 cents an hour. More than you're worth. Probably more than all y'all are worth. Let me see this. This is disgusting. I want you to look at that. Look at them. Look at that. It looks like she's been biting them. Look at that. Has she or hasn't she? Look at that. There's a big chunk out of it. You've been biting on my nails.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wonderful.
I don't, no, never mind. Shine that shoe, girl.
Yes, sir, Mr. Wonderful.
Buff it.
Yes, sir.
Spit some, put a little spit on it, spit on it. That's all right, spit on that thing. Shine it fast, you gotta do it faster.
Yes, sir.
How many pairs of shoes do you shine a day?
10, 12.
You don't, no wonder you're so bad, no wonder. I want the best.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Come on, there's a black spot right on the tip. See right on there, come on, do it. Spit, do something, get the black off of it. That's terrible, I cannot believe that I come in here and spend $500 or $600 twice a week and to try to get a decent shoe shine and look at them. They're terrible. How many times have you done this, young lady?
Hundreds, sir.
Hundreds. Well, you're not very damn good at it, I'll tell you that much. Look at the black all over them. These are brand new tennis shoes. Look at them. That's not doing any good. It's terrible. Give me the mirror a minute. This is getting ridiculous. Don't just drop it. You hand it to me.
Sorry, Mr. Wonderful.
Look at this. Look at that. It's terrible. That is the worst piece of work that I've ever seen in my life. I don't deserve that. I don't deserve this. Mr. Wonderful doesn't pay for this kind of stuff like this. What's the matter with this? You think it's funny or something? This is second rate. This is Bush League. And I don't deserve it and I don't stand for it. I'll see that every one of you all are banned. I'll see that every one of y'all lose your licenses. You bank on it. You'll never do this stuff again. And you're the worst shoe shine girl that I ever seen in my life.
Rather disgruntled Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. Lou, I'd like to get your reaction, if we may, to the videotape we just saw, and in conjunction with that, if you would somewhat compare and contrast your particular era of pro wrestling as compared to Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff, if indeed you feel he is exemplary in present-day wrestling.
Well, undoubtedly he's a fine athlete, and his record speaks for itself, and he's done very well. And I just think he's a young man that's had too much too soon, and he has kind of a narcissist complex, and he's very happy with himself. I'm not sure about the rest of the world, but he's kind of impressed with himself. And as I said before, he's a fine athlete, and we have many fine athletes today. Some of them are a lot larger than we were, and some of the moves that we thought were very sharp and sophisticated are today commonplace. Everyone's doing them, you know. We thought they were really inside things, you know.
Right.
But today, even some of the amateurs are doing these things. But it's a good spectator thing for people to make themselves attractive as he is. But I think if he would stick to his athletics, which he's very good at, he's a very fine wrestler. But he's an ostentatious dresser, and he wants to push his weight around, and that just isn't the way to go through your life.
Lou, we would like to thank you very much for joining us on Tuesday Night Titans. It has indeed been an honor and a pleasure to have you here with us.
Well, thank you so much. My pleasure.
Lou Thesz will be back as we continue with more Tuesday Night Titans. Once again, we'd like to thank the legendary Lou Thesz for joining us this week on Tuesday Night Titans, which will now bring us to a present-day matchup, tag team matchup. Mr. Thesz made reference to his partner at one time, Carl Gotch, and indeed they were quite a combination. Well, certainly quite a combination these days. Lord Alfred Hayes would be the tag team champions of the World Wrestling Federation, Dick Murdoch and Adrian Adonis.
Yes, they're proving themselves to be an excellent combination. Dick Murdoch, a bombastic wrestler from Texas. He's a little pretentious, but he can back that up with a lot of skill. Adrian Adonis, we all knew in the beginning, was a very fine wrestler, but he's been able to blend his talents successfully with Dick Murdoch, and nobody expected them to hold that title as long as they have done, but they have been able to achieve that, and I think it's going to take a considerable duo to knock them off that perch.
No doubt of that. You mentioned Adonis and Murdoch, both rugged individualists, as it were, and it seems to me that most individuals, most fans would feel that that combination is a rather unusual one in its concept in the first place.
Mm-hmm. You would think possibly that they would come against each other, but they don't. They seem to be able to blend so well. Is it that they've put in a lot of hours working out their moves, getting a successful blend? Because that's what a tag team is after all, isn't it?
Lou Albano, by the way, is currently negotiating with Adrian Adonis and Dick Murdoch, and I would suspect that somewhere in the background, Lou Albano lurking and offering a little advice to the tag team champions, Adonis and Murdoch. I would suggest he's hopeful of signing Adonis and Murdoch to a contract in the upcoming weeks. Right now, let's take you now to our feature matchup. We will join in progress. St. Louis, Missouri, the setting. Adrian Adonis and Dick Murdoch in action.
Block. Nicely done by Adonis. Over Jones now. Coming right back at him, SD. Nice arm drag takedown. Indeed. Tag is made for Mil Mascaras through the ropes and takes right over on the left arm.
Well, if they keep working it like that, they're going to stay fresh, that's for sure.
Mascaras, very scientific. Drop toe hold. Nicely done.
Beautiful. Step over now and applies pressure.
No, there was no tag. Was there? I guess maybe there was.
Well, I don't know. From our vantage point, I didn't see it, and I've got to believe that maybe Murdoch and Adonis talked the referee into that one.
All right, now it's Dick Murdoch from Waxahachie, Texas.
The home of golfing great Byron Nelson. And also the home of one half of the World Tag Team Champions. There's one rough, tough customer, Vince.
He is that, in reference to Murdoch. And there you see the scientific skills displayed. And again, behind now, Mr. Murdoch is Mil Mascaras.
Oh.
Bull Nelson and making his way back to the corner now. Better watch this, man. He is dangerous in reference to Murdoch. Oh, bah! Murdoch hammering away on Mil Mascaras.
And true colors now showing.
And Mascaras in a bit of difficulty now as Adrian Adonis legitimately tagged. Oh, my!
For what?
Double elbow into the left arm of Mil Mascaras. And Mr. Mascaras is going to need the sizable development in order to withstand some of that kind of punishment. Oh, nicely done, but Mascaras back down to the canvas. Tag now. Back through. Big Dick Murdoch kicking the back of the head. Now they down on the shoulder again.
Double teaming at every possible opportunity.
Oh, this is one of the things that they do so well, Gene, is they keep an opponent, at least one of the two of their opponents, over in their side of town, their corner.
Well, you got to admit that's the name of the game, but it's good thinking on the part of Adonis and Murdoch. Again, double teaming tactics. Come on.
So now Adrian Adonis with the arm bar. And they continue to work on the left shoulder of Mil Mascaras.
S.D. Jones trying to get a little enthusiasm going, and I believe he's got it.
Every time Mascaras escapes that way, he does even more damage to his own arm.
They are brutal.
SD now coming in to help out, but the referee ushers him back.
It's actually counterproductive, Vince. It distracts the referee, and it gives Adonis and Murdoch an opportunity to again double team Mascaras.
Mascaras trying to find the back door and does. Now look at this. Now he makes the tag. All right. SD with a fiery left hand, another one. SD and knocks the big man from Texas down to the canvas.
Well, Jones, a mover and shaker. And again, Murdoch is checking inventory on those teeth.
Yes, but look at Adonis sneaking up behind SD Jones. Look over! SD caught Adonis. Adonis to the buckle. Murdoch in trouble as well. Headbutt by SD.
Oh, Lordy.
And there, SD doubled over by a kick, an elbow to the back of the head. Dick Murdoch hammering away on SD Jones. Measuring him now. Ooh, my, kick right in the kisser. Right in the kisser.
I'm not so certain that didn't catch part of the eye.
He may be able to. One, that's all he can get.
Ooh. Talk about a kick out.
Adonis now in. And they are really going to work on SD Jones. And Adrian Adonis with SD. Uh-oh. Adonis gets a running start. Slam in the corner. That could very well spell defeat. 2. No.
Very, very alert on the part of Special Delivery Jones. Seeing a possibility.
Out front, nice reversal. Uh-oh. But SD right into the buckle as Adonis sidestepped him. And a whip into the elbow of Dick Murdoch. Tag is made now. Oh, this is typical, the double team effort of Adonis and Murdoch.
Time and time again.
Look at this. Look at this.
And Murdoch will jaw with a ref.
And you see, SD has really had some problems in this matchup. To the rope now, off, missing with the elbow. SD with a headbutt. SD with another headbutt. No, with the right left hand, tag is made now. Oh! Whoa! That spins Adonis around. Mascaris brings this crowd alive. Hello!
We got action.
Oh! Adrian Adonis hammered to the outside. Adonis going back to the dressing room. From behind, Dick Murdoch on the shoulder. Now, wait a minute, Mr. Referee. Over. Now, Mascaris going tackle on Murdoch. Is it not Adonis who was supposed to be in the ring?
I believe you're right. Very perceptive, Vince. But does the referee know that?
I think the referee has lost all control in this matchup. Yes, it is now. Adonis hammering away on Mascaris, much like they did earlier on with Special Delivery Jones. Tag, yes, it was made. Now SD coming in. SD with a left hand, another one. SD hammering away on Adonis. Oh, my. SD with a headbutt. Oh!
Get ready!
Super D Jones! All right, new tech. No, can't get him over. SD again.
Adonis worse for wear.
Over his man, right back. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It looks like, yes. Mascaris reaching for the tag. SD better get out of this quickly or it's good night, Eileen. Jones moments ago had Adonis reeling.
And there's still life.
Uh-oh, the eyes going.
Delivery. Well, maybe. It could be night-night.
All right, Mascaris comes in. Flying tackle. Turnabout fair play. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, ball. Covered by Adonis. It's out of control. Two baskets comes in. A total state of chaos. Controversy shrouds that particular victory. Wow. Fans not totally happy, Vince,
No, not
with
at all.
that decision.
Masker is trying to gain some fan support here as far as explanation of the referee is concerned. But I suppose, nonetheless, it'll go down in the record books as Adonis and Murdoch with a successful tag team title defense. I'm not so sure. The referee, perhaps, will be given other pressures. Let's get the official time.
The winners of this bout and still World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions, Adrian Adonis and Dick Murdoch.
Adonis and Murdoch, my goodness, in a apparent successful tag team title defense. And there you see the eyes of SD going back in the head.
Well, look at Adrian Adonis and Dick Murdoch, and it's apparent that they're not above stretching, if not bending the rules a little bit, Lordship.
Yes, but did you notice every time the combination of Mascaras and Jones tried to make themselves effective, it was teamwork that stopped them. It wasn't individually either Adonis or Murdoch. It was the teamwork, combination teamwork, and that is the success. That is their key to success.
No doubt of that. Of course, coordination, I would suspect, and being able to function as a unit, the specific key to tag team success.
Oh, I really like the way I'm most impressed.
I believe...
The postman is here again.
I believe the mail has arrived. Your mailbag has arrived, His Lordship.
So far, this fellow has been a good shot, if it is a fellow. One day he's going to miss, mark my words, and the postman's going to hit you.
Right in the mush, I'm sure.
Right.
We'll be back with Lord Alfred Hayes and the mailbag as we continue more TNT. Having survived the delivery of the mail, Lord Alfred Hayes now is about to get into the mailbag, so to speak. Mr. Hayes, from whence comes the mail?
This one comes from Pueblo, Colorado, and it says, Dear Vince, I live in Colorado, and soon I will be moving to Boston, Massachusetts. Do the wrestlers have an arena there? And it's signed Eric Husberg.
Well, one of the more famous arenas in the world, of course, in Boston, the famed Boston Garden.
On a much more serious note, if I may, and if I may ask for your, what could I say, for your forbearance for a little while. Recently, we went through a trying period here at TNT when we lost one of the men who was closest to everything that we have tried and strived for. We lost, in fact, Vincent J. McMahon Sr., who had been the promoter of the greatest wrestling that we've ever been entitled to witness. He was also more or less a founder of Madison Square Gardens, and a tribute was paid, a very high tribute, when he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. And here we have a little piece of film to show you where Vince Jr. went to accept his plaque on that induction ceremony.
The last wrestling match promoted by Vincent J. McMahon was a 26,000 fan sellout, the 21st straight sellout at Madison Square Garden. Not just the main arena, of course, but including Felt Forum as well. Like others installed here today, McMahon's career spans 2 gardens. Unlike the others, he is one of 3 generations of McMahons whose careers at the Garden date from the very first boxing match held at the old Garden on 8th Avenue, 1925, promoted by a legendary man named Tex Rickard. McMahon, who developed the unique combination of showmanship and athletic skills which enchant the fans today, promoted his first match in 1935. It was in New Jersey, and became the Garden's matchmaker back in the mid-50s. He was a natural, of course, when named as promoter at the opening of this Garden back in 1968. Few events at the Garden or any place else in any arena, any place, can boast of the amazing success of McMahon-produced wrestling cards. Pro wrestlers today, and even those who aspire to careers in the future, and those among the 26,000 regulars who pack the Garden for wrestling should make this room a special spot to visit someday, to visit Vince McMahon's plaque, just to say thank you to him. His plaque will be accepted by his son, Vince, the third representative of the three McMahon generations serving Madison Square Garden and us.
Unfortunately, my dad recently, as many of you know, just several weeks ago passed away. But if ever there was one individual who carried the banner of Madison Square Garden, no one quite did it like my dad. Worldwide, every place he went, accolade upon those who have been associated with Madison Square Garden. He was so proud to be associated, as was his father before him, and as I am now. My dad liked to kid around from time to time, and he was born in Harlem, and used to tell me that he was the last white baby to ever be born in Harlem. And he would say, with his New York accent, from time to time I would bring up the new arenas were popping up all around the country, and that they certainly were attractive marketplaces for us in the future. And he said, yes. He said, but remember one thing, the Garden will always be the Garden. And on behalf of my father, I'd like to accept this, and this Saturday night, when there's yet another sold-out Madison Square Garden World Wrestling Federation event, and the bell is tolled out of respect for my dad, knowing that he has taken his place among the select few in this room, indeed, those words will come to mind more than ever, and how true they'll be. And I'll hear him say, Vinny, the Garden will always be the Garden. Thank you. Our next guest, a former Intercontinental Champion on more than one occasion, I might add, all the way from Sunset Beach, Hawaii, to join us now, ladies and gentlemen, the magnificent Morocco. Thank you very much. It's our pleasure to have you.
Have a seat. Well, thank you. Well, very kind.
Mr. Morocco, there seems to be a dichotomy of sorts as it relates to you and your wrestling career. When on interviews, in your normal day-to-day life, you seem to have a rather laissez-faire type attitude, which is almost the complete opposite of what happens when the bell rings and you're in the ring in terms of action. Any explanation for that?
I feel, and I express my feelings when people are around. Sometimes I feel like many people. I'm a man who's well-versed in the world, well-versed with personalities. I know that by giving a little Mr. Rogers, I can antagonize somebody. By doing a little Ernest Ainsley, I can bother somebody. Wrestling is not only a physical sport, but it's a psychological warfare.
And if you have a man beat before you go into the ring, whether it be by his thinking you're overconfident, or his thinking you irate, or his thinking you incompetent, there's always an edge. And with my talent, I don't need much of an edge.
But yet you seek it, do you not?
I like to humiliate people. I think there's a lot of people that deserve to be humiliated. There's a lot of clowns around. There's a lot of people that don't have my talent. Thesz, I heard out here earlier talking about the wrestlers of old times. That's like the New York Giants of the '57 playing the Raiders of today. I'm 1980. I'm 1984. I'm magnificent. I create. I invent. I add to the sport of professional wrestling a dimension of excitement that few people have the ability to create. Few people have the ability to deliver. That's why every time I step into the garden, every time I step into the spectrum, anywhere I step, there is electricity all over the air.
Well, if we may interrupt you for a moment, and let's take you back to Madison Square Garden in a recent matchup, brother, with Tony Garea, the magnificent Morocco in action.
Look at that sinister smile on the face of Mr. Fuji.
Got to be like wrestling two guys out there, Gene, with Fuji at ringside.
Well, he's got to be a distraction for Garea.
Can't take your eyes off him for a minute. Standing wrist lock again by Tony Garea.
Oh, there's hair. And that was just flagrant, blatant, if you will.
Look at the look on Morocco's face. Look of confidence.
Man, does he look good.
Always someone to be reckoned with here in the World Wrestling Federation is the best. This is the Mecca, Gene. This is where they all come.
Well, I tell you, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And Tony Garea fights fire with fire. Morocco went for the hair. And Garea countered with same, not to the liking of this man, the magnificent Morocco. Warning there from the referee, and justifiably so. Match getting out of hand.
Referee seemed to be in the wrong place at the right time and vice versa.
All right. And another one by Morocco. Garea
Nice
countering with
right.
a couple of his own. Oh, those were jarring blows.
Oh, rammed that head right into that top turnbuckle.
Oh, to the midsection.
Garea, nice forearm. Well executed, and Morocco is sort of wobbly here. Going for the ride. Wow, he hit the corner hard. Oh, no one there. Nobody home as Garea attacks again. Slipped right behind him. Drop kick now. Sends the big guy into the ropes.
Oh, look at that. Mercy.
Garea off the ropes. No, what a beautiful maneuver.
One,
he's going to get him.
3.
I must say, Mr. Morocco, that was quite impressive. Very impressive.
Yeah.
But just a normal thing for you. I mean,
that's right.
You don't. In viewing that tape from Madison Square Garden with 20-some-odd thousand people there watching every step of the way, this is your reaction to it.
A lot of people get their highs different ways. A lot of people, like kids are out in the street doing what they're doing, robbing hubcaps, doing all kinds of things. I grew up. I trained, got into sports as a kid, got surfing, got in everything else. To get in front of an arena, 26,000 people, 50,000 people, is fun. It's exciting. It's exhilarating. But more than that, you have to deliver. It's like my other life, like being in the water, being in the oceans, you see. You can be out all alone, all by yourself in the deep blue, where you can't see the bottom, and the waves are so big and so scary, you want to cry, but there's nobody to cry to. Because when you look at me standing in the middle of the garden and you see 26,000 people spitting at me, yelling at me, hollering at me, just like me sitting out in the deep blue water, and you see the waves blackening the horizon. It's a challenge in my life. It's an excitement to survive. I enjoy surviving. I enjoy the contest, not of only man against man, not only one man against thousands, not only one man against nature. That keeps me fresh. That keeps my head in tight with everything else. That keeps me 1 step, 2 steps, 5 steps ahead of every wrestler in professional wrestling today, or every wrestler who's ever laced up a pair of boots.
Rather deep thinking, no doubt. A lot of this thinking perhaps done as you lay on the beach in Hawaii?
I don't lay on the beach. I don't like sand in my clothes. When I'm in the water, it's for a purpose. I'm down there, I'm sticking sharks, I'm sticking fish, I'm over coral reefs, I'm getting high looking down waves that are as big as mountains. I'm never relaxing. I'm always thinking. I'm always relaxed, and I'm always confident. And I'm always nasty, too.
Mr. Morocco, we'd like to thank you very much for joining us on Tuesday Night Titans, and your skills, both verbally and physically, quite unique.
The Lord hasn't said anything.
You leave me speechless.
Thank you very much for joining us, magnificent Morocco. We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue with more Tuesday Night Titans. Our next guest, ladies and gentlemen, often criticized for taking too much punishment in the ring, but he's perfectly willing to do that just to be able to dish out some of his own punishment. And indeed, he's regarded as one of the most powerful men in the history of professional wrestling. Our guest now, the Polish power, Ivan Putski. Ivan Putski, you look better than ever, I think.
Thank you, my man. I feel great. I feel better every day. Just feel good, and I'm real happy to be on your show, Vinny.
It's a pleasure to have you here on Tuesday Night Titans. Your training techniques, no doubt, keeping you in tip-top condition.
Well, you know, that's, to me, working out, training is a priority. Priority and one of my priorities in life, because I try to stay in shape, you know, a tip-top shape. I'm a professional, and I try to conduct myself as a professional. And the only way I'm going to win and be a true professional if I stay in the best shape, and I'm in that gym, Vinny, every day, just pumping that iron, working out, running, boy. I take care of that body because I love wrestling, and I love what I'm doing, and therefore, the better shape I'm in, the harder I work out, the longer life I'll have in wrestling, in professional wrestling.
Oh, no doubt you have had and continue to have one of the longest careers in professional wrestling. What we'd like to do is take you back, if we may, into a recent matchup involving Ron Shaw. Ron Shaw, the opponent, who's just about ready to step into the ring now with the Polish power. We'll take a close look of Ivan Putski. Let's go now to the ring.
The Polish power, Ivan Putski from Krakow, Poland. And Mr. Putski really put together. Ivan meeting a much larger individual hailing from Philadelphia. There's a look at Ron Shaw at 265 pounds. And Ron Shaw towering over the Polish power. As far as size is concerned, now let's see who's the better man in the wrestling department. Ron Shaw taking exception to the antics of the Polish power, Ivan Putski.
You know, Putski's got tremendous rapport with wrestling fans throughout the World Wrestling Federation. Tremendous popularity. Now, Shaw At 260 pounds, becoming the aggressor in this particular case. Oh, but a very astute and alert Ivan Putski counters that with a hammerlock. Shaw doing the smart thing, getting to the ropes. Referee.
Yes, it was a smart thing, not necessarily the most sportsmanlike thing to do, to use the ropes to break a hold, but nonetheless, smart on the part of Ron Shaw. Whenever you're in the clutches of the Polish power, Ivan Putski, you're going to have to do something other than attempt to retaliate in like fashion as far as strength is concerned. Up in the air, head down to the canvas. You see, Putski with so much ease lifting the 265-pound Shaw right up in the air, just like it was a light sack of potatoes.
Very light sack indeed. Putski certainly applying the pressure. I'm very curious how Ron Shaw is going to counter this particular hold on the part of Ivan Putski. The chant of Polish power.
Putski, ooh, hammering into the chest. Ron Shaw. Putski right back. Look at the physique on this Polish power. He is something. Reaching for the short crop hair of Putski. Uh-oh, right in the face. Putski backing off. Ron Shaw moving in. Sort of a chop to the throat area. Forearm. Yes, into that muscled up area. Look at Putski. Putski just continuing to, yes, hammering away now on big Ron Shaw. Whips it to the rope. Watch out, there's Putski with a Polish hammer. Oh, no. 1, 2, he gets it. Wow.
Well, there's a look at the Polish power, Ivan Putski in action. And even in that match, Ivan, it was apparent that you took an awful lot of punishment, and it seems that sometimes you even thrive on that.
Well, you know, Vinny, you know, I'm in shape. I really don't thrive on it, but, you know, it takes a lot to get me mad. You know, you know, Polish people are good-hearted people. We're hard-working people, and you know, it takes a lot to get a Polish person mad. But boy, I tell you, you saw when I get mad, I don't know what I'm doing in that ring. My mind goes blank, and I'm just like a machine inside that ring. You know, it's I guess you can say I just go out of control.
Well, it seems to me that you're mostly in control, and you spend a great deal of time training and on the mat in the gym, and your training regimen and also your nutritional regimen, I'm sure, is.
Oh, I tell you, you know, the food. You know, I'm very particular in what I eat. You know, if a man's going to work out, take care of his body, working out isn't everything, Vinny. You understand? You got to put in that fuel. If you have a good car, and if you want it to run good. Are you going to use the best oil, the best gas? You're going to treat it the best way you know how, right?
Without a doubt.
Okay, so with a body, you got to eat the right food, the best food, you know. And I tell you what, I want to show you something. You talk about the people in the United States talk about the soul food, this food. Well, I tell you what, I brought some Polish. This is called the Polish soul food. This is what I eat. This is what keeps my body going in shape, you know. And I eat this food year in, year out, day in, day out. And come over here. I want to show you something.
All right, okay. Let's take a look.
This is what food is all about. This is what the hard-working people in Poland, you know, the Polish people work hard. But I tell you what, they eat hard, they eat good too. And I tell you what, Basia, chodź tutaj. Jak się masz? Daj mi buzi.
Well, I guess
this
that's
is my
part
Polish
of
friend.
the nutritional element as well. I'm not too sure.
Mamy gołąbki tutaj i powiedz jemu, to jest z czym? Co jest tu w środku gołąbki?
Mięso, ryż.
Mięso, ryż. There's rice inside. Now she's one of the cooks. This is Basia. She's Polish. She came from Poland. I wiesz, ja jemu mówię, że jak Polacy dobrze ją, dlatego musimy gołąbki jeść. O, pirogi tutaj są, widzisz, tu jest pirogi i w środku ma ser, czasem kartofle, kapusta i tutaj my mamy kruszciki, tak czy nie?
Tak.
Kruszciki są jak Boże Narodzenie to robią kruszciki i na Wielkanoc, ale najlepsze jedzenie jest polskie jedzenie. Tu jest pirogi, gołąbki, kruszciki, barszcz i wiesz, my Polacy, my dobrze jedzemy, co nie? Tak czy nie?
Yep.
Oh, widzisz? To jest Polish power.
I get a kiss as well?
Well,
Why
not
not?
from me, but she'll give you a kiss.
Ivan, this is a pierogi?
Gołąbki.
This is
Gołąbki, I beg your
gołąbki.
pardon.
This is pierogi. Now, what pierogis are, you can make them with potatoes inside. See, this is dough. Inside the dough, you have...
What's inside this one?
Okay.
What's
this
the young
is
lady's
cabbage
name?
inside. Basha.
Basha.
Can I try some of this?
Can we just...
Yeah.
What do you think? It smells so good.
Basha, co jest w środku?
Kapusta.
Kapusta, yes. This is cabbage pierogi. But you can
Break
make
them
them...
in. Oh, bite them like
You
this.
can also make them with potatoes, cheese. You can make them with fruit, you know, peaches.
Oh, that smells really,
Really what?
Right here. Hey.
Wow. Let me taste it first.
Oh, dobre. Wow.
Good, Ivan.
That is
Good,
really
yeah.
good. It's not bad at all. Have a go.
And that's...
Bardzo dobre.
and this is
Pierogi.
pierogis.
Try some. Come on.
Thank you, Albert.
You got a kiss with that, you know.
Yeah.
As Ivan said, hopefully not from you. Now, and this is what?
Gołąbki.
How does this differ than pierogi?
Okay. Pierogis are made with dough. Inside you can put various things like potatoes, cheese, fruit.
Thank you.
Now this is cabbage leaves.
Cabbage
Raw cabbage leaves. Inside you have rice. You have meat.
Well, now, what's in... The pierogi had cabbage, did it not?
Right, you can have cabbage inside. You can have potatoes. You can have cheese inside. And also they make pierogis with peaches. And prunes, right?
Aren't
Action,
you,
yeah.
aren't you anxious, Alfred, to try the golumki?
What? Golumkis? They don't look terribly English, but I would really like to try if they're as good as
Right.
those. That was nice. All of them?
Very good.
Well, I don't want all of them.
Why don't you
Why
try
do
a
you put
little
one
of the...
there?
This is real. Now you're talking about, Vinny, this is Polish soul food. Now this is the way you eat. You know, Polish people are hardworking people. After a day's work, they come home, you know, they work very hard. They come home, they eat gołąbki, pierogi, they eat everything.
What do they drink?
They drink beer.
Not tea?
Tea?
Yeah.
You know, French, what do French drink?
They drink wine.
All right, Polish people drink beer. A little beer, a little vodka.
Makes sense.
But, you know, not, you know, we drink
Makes
tea and
sense.
coffee too, but this is the main, you know, Poland's known for its vodka. They
Well-
make the best whiskey in Poland, and you know what they do? They ship it to Russia, and then Russia puts its label. Am I right or wrong? Then the Russians put their label on, but the best whiskey is made in Poland.
Ivan, what is this we, over here? This is even more food.
Oh!
Huh?
Sweetheart, make me up a Polish, this is Polish kielbasa. Now, we're gonna show you how you make a Polish hot dog. Pile it
The
on.
hot dog almost took a hike there for a moment.
Now, wait a minute, I need a lot of onions.
we, all right, huh? What do you think, huh? Alfred, this
cebola.
one's yours, without a doubt. That's your name written on it. What goes?
What do
She
you
wants
want?
the money.
$1.60.
Oh,
No,
okay.
okay.
Charge it.
Put it on,
This is
on
way
Alfred's
it
cup, if you would, please. How is that? How's that Polak Johnny dog, eh?
Look at that.
What is that?
That is it.
Delicious.
What is it called in Polish, then?
This is Polska kielbasa.
Ah, that's nice.
See, the hot dog isn't made with a hot dog in Poland. It's made with Polish sausage. Polska kielbasa. You see this? This is the best you can eat. You know, there's nothing, no leftovers no meat leftovers. This is the pure Polish sausage that you find in the stores that ship over from Poland. Well, it's so
We have
healthy
the
that
drink
we have
here.
regular hot dogs.
You have the drink. You have the food. The only thing missing
Na zdrowie!
is the music.
Try one of those. We'll be back with more partying, Polish partying.
it's definitely party time with Ivan
That's
Putski.
right, boy. I tell you, we got one of the best polka bands in the area, boys. Strike up the band. Let's hit it. Come on. And, you know, they're going to play some polka, and we got the best dancers in the world. Watch this. We got to have a little dancing with our polka.
All right, gentlemen, if you would, strike up the band. Let's go now with the dancing.
Roll.
Fabulous.
Oh, we're in a good Polish, I got good Polish atmosphere, and I feel good. You know what? Polka's not a polka party when I'm around, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a little Polish singing. What do you think about that?
You yourself are
I'm
going to sing?
going to sing.
All right.
Give me that
Strike
mic.
up the band, boys.
Whoa. How you doing, champ?
All right.
Hit it! Moja droga, ja cię kocham, more than you'll ever know. Kocham ciebie z całym sercem, love you with all my heart. Come back to me, and you will be the melody of love. Whoa! Moja droga, ja cię kocham, think that I love you so. Kocham ciebie z całym sercem, more than you'll ever know. Moja droga, ja cię kocham, love you with all my heart. Come back to me, and you will be the melody of love. Hey! Polish power! You know, I tell you what we got to do now is do a little dancing.
Ivan, tremendous. You're in great voice.
I know that. I know that's for sure. But I tell you what, this is a polka party. What is this? Everybody sitting around. Let's do a little dancing. Come on.
All right, boys,
hit
let's
it,
strike up
boys.
the band again. What do you say,
Come
huh?
on, Chef. Let's do it tight.
All right, let's go with it. It's party time.
Żebyś mi kazała, przysiadłbym w sobotę. Żebyś mi kazała, przysiadłbym w sobotę. I sobotę cały dzień, niedzielę do rana. Żeniłbym się z tobą, Marysiu kochana. Żeniłbym się z tobą, Marysiu kochana.
Hey!
This is some party!
That's the Polish party, boy!
We'll be back as we continue Ivan Putski's Polish party!
Więcej łódź w sobotę, lepiej dziś w niedzielę, ludzie swojaci.
Well, the Polish polka party is just about ended, I think, and no doubt Ivan Putski's had a good time, as we all have had a good time. Ivan Putski, noted, of course, for his extraordinary physique. The Polish power is indeed noted for unbelievable power in professional wrestling. Possessing that physique, many envy that an individual with a physique much like Mr. Putski's, but when you think about extraordinary physiques in professional wrestling, another name comes to mind. Indeed, our next guest, a gentleman who claims to have the most extraordinary physique, maybe the most impressive in all of professional wrestling. To join us now, Jesse the Body.
McMahon, Jack McMahon, you wait a minute. First of all, I want to talk to this band right here. I want you to play some more of what you was playing. Play a little bit more of that. Enough! Let me tell you something. You call that music? I'll tell you something. I am the personal bodyguard to the Rolling Stones. I want to hear some rock music. I've had enough of this Polish stuff. I've had enough of this music. I want to hear some rock and roll. And that's what I got to say, Jack McMahon. Now, you two, you five dudes, get your heads together and you come up with a new entrance for me. Okay. Right now. The only thing I have to say, what is that? It's a what? What you do with it? Eat it? What happened to you? Now keep enough of that.
All right, Mr. Ventura, please, if you would, join us over on the set. Alfred, thank you very much. Jesse the Body Ventura, our guest. Nice to have you on the show, Mr. Ventura.
Pleasure's all yours.
Well, I'm not too sure if the pleasure was the band's a moment ago. Obviously, though, they exercise a bit of versatility, which is also something that you exercise in the ring, is a considerable amount of versatility. I'm sure you would concur with that.
Oh, definitely, definitely. You know, I want to talk about something real fast here. I watched Ivan Putski out here.
That's Putski.
Whatever. I watched Ivan Putski out here dancing. You know, he looked like an orangutan. You ever seen an orangutan dance at the zoo?
I don't say no.
You know, when Putski retires from wrestling, I got the perfect job for him. He can hold a tin cup for the organ grinder. He'd do a real good job with his dance steps.
Well, speaking of doing a good job, if we could take you back now to some footage, and we will show you Jesse the Body Ventura in action. That is, in wrestling action. Jesse the Body Ventura, heads up, one-on-one. I think you'll be impressed. Let's go to the videotape.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this contest scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my right from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing 240 pounds, it is SD Special Delivery Jones. And his opponent from San Diego, California, weighing 275 pounds, returning to this arena after a long absence, here is Jesse the Body Ventura.
Oh, my. Take a look at Jesse the Body Ventura. and that hair. Wow. Is that a shocker? A little graffiti capacity crowd with us this week for this World Wrestling Federation event as Jesse Ventura returns to the World Wrestling Federation and setting his sights on the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania native, SD Special Delivery Jones. A pleasure to once again have ringside with me Lord Alfred Hayes, certainly one of the most articulate men I've ever had an opportunity to work with. A man who has tremendous command of the English language and certainly great working knowledge of professional wrestling. Former member of Parliament in Great Britain. Pleasure to have you along, your lordship.
Thank you, Gene.
What do you make of the hair of Jesse
Gene,
Ventura?
I feel sorry for the moment for people who don't have a colored TV set, because the colors are something to behold there.
Well, it's something I couldn't really greatly concern myself with.
Would you say that was flaming red, crimson,
Virtually
tangerine?
every color of the rainbow. Well, Jesse Ventura really taking it to SD Jones thus far. Armbar as he works on the wrist from the top and really applies the pressure. Ventura, 275-pounder, San Diego, California. Well, takedown, I don't know if it was trunks. I doubt if it was hair, but there is a very emphatic denial on the part of this very flamboyant individual.
Jesse will deny anything that he thinks appropriate at that time. He never admits to anybody else's opinions. He's a very self-opinionated young man.
Well, obviously there was hair. And we could pick it up. Jesse Ventura says, I didn't even touch the man. That's not being the case, because you fans watching at home this week, plain as day, Ventura getting to the hair of Special Delivery Jones. Oh, shot to the windpipe that rocks Jones. Look at that hair. That is outrageous, outlandish, and whatever adjective might be applicable.
Well, Gene, it doesn't detract from his ability in the ring. He's still showing that he is a threat to everybody who wants to step into that ring.
Well, Jones countering with a couple of double punches to the midsection of Ventura. Southpaw with a hammer to the side of the head. And Ventura being rocked as this crowd comes to life. Fifth bit of the turnbuckles. Oh! Well, I've got to give credit where credit is due. Oh! I must say, Jesse Ventura is thinking very much on the bright side, in addition to the tremendous brawn that this 6'5", 275-pound veteran. He's got all the physical credentials, and with the right kind of thinking, he certainly is going to be a force to be reckoned with here on the World Wrestling Federation. Front on the face. Jones, certainly a very, very capable professional wrestler.
Jones has pulled off some incredible surprises just recently. He's been on the wrong end at the moment, but he's looking to get the impetus of this belt swung his way.
Oh!
And now there it is.
And a forearm and a headbutt, that one to the shoulder, and Ventura is hurting at this point in time. To the wrist. Oh, but Jesse counters with an open hand to the back and a reverse knife edge that cuts down Special Delivery Jones. Up in the air, flying leg, oh, right across the throat. And Ventura picks Jones up. Uh-oh. Watch this. Oh! The reversal on the atomic drop. Up in the air, flying elbow to the upper torso. Hooks the legs, 1, 2, 3, it's all over. What a very impressive return to the World Wrestling Federation. Back in the big time with a smile on his face. A gentleman that has been controversial for the most part of the World Wrestling. Oh, look at this. Let's stick with it. Look at that package. A very self-centered and at times arrogant individual, Jesse Ventura, displayed the body for this capacity crowd on hand this week for this World Wrestling Federation event. Let's get the official time.
And here is the winner, Jesse the Body Ventura.
All right, Jesse Ventura, victorious. Yes, Lord Alfred.
I was going to say that's a very good win for Jesse Ventura. He started out in the manner that he wants to keep up. And I'm sure already that that bout, which for him was a message to other wrestlers, they've taken notice of that.
Well, certainly, Jesse Ventura off to a good start. Let's take a look. As even now, wait a minute, let's stick with this. Let's go back to the replay and see how this man gained victory. Jesse Ventura picking up SD, special delivery Jones. I thought he was going to go to the inverted body vice. There's the reversal on the atomic drop, and that had to do with share of damage. Ventura very astute, coming back with a flying elbow to the upper torso, hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3.
We are back with Jesse the Body Ventura, and Gene Okerlund made reference to the multicolored hair. Exactly how would you describe your hair, Mr. Ventura?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Do you do it yourself?
No, definitely not. I don't do it myself. What do you think, I engage myself in labor, Jack McMahon?
Mr. Ventura, is there a word to describe this particular hairstyle? Is a certain style that you wear?
I'd say it's called a body original.
A body original?
Yeah, because, you know, everything I do is original. I'm the personal bodyguard of the Rolling Stones.
The what?
The Rolling Stones. You've heard of them, Mick Jagger, Keith Richards,
yes.
Ron Wood. Yeah. Well, I'm their personal bodyguard when they go on tour. And so I have an image to keep up, you know, and Keith gets angry if I don't look real sharp. And he pays me a lot of money.
Does he indeed?
Yes.
I'm sure you're a very effective bodyguard.
Oh, yeah.
A very effective wrestler as well, although in that last match it appeared as though when you pinned S.D. Jones that you had a little of his red material in your hands, I believe a handful of tights.
And now you think I'm going to deny that, McMahon? I'm not going to deny it because I'm going to tell you something. I learned the hard way. I learned, you know, you, McMahon, are responsible for the way I wrestle, for the way I think. Alfred Hayes, you are not, because you're from England. Now you're going to ask me what's the reason. I'll tell you the reason. I went to Vietnam. And now anything I do, you all are responsible for because you created me. The people of America created Jesse the Body. So I don't deny anything because you don't cheat if you don't get caught.
Mr. Ventura, as it relates to your goals in professional wrestling, would you care to share any of those with us?
Oh, I have goals in professional wrestling. Number one on the list, number one goal to me is the man with the blonde hair, the incredible Chump Hogan. The man has been running from me. He's been hiding from me for 3 going on 4 years now. Every time it seems that Jesse the Body shows up, the Chump Hogan finds his way to the other side of the country, to Japan, to Europe. He just never wants to be where Jesse the Body is.
And why would you suspect that, Mr. Ventura?
Because I think he realizes his championship is in jeopardy. Because when the Chump looks into my eyes, I'll hypnotize him before the match even begins. He'll lose his confidence. He'll lose Hulkamania. And when he does that, he's mine.
Notwithstanding that rather high aspiration, how would you compare and contrast your skills with those of the individual whom we had as our guest earlier on, the Polish power, Ivan Putski?
Ivan Putski's a strong man. There's no doubt about that. I don't know if he thinks he's Lech Walesa or what out here, but he's a powerful man. But Ivan Putski has one problem. And I like to refer to Ivan as Ivan the Wart.
I beg your pardon?
Ivan the Wart. He's very ugly, and he's short. And, you know, he can have all the muscles packed into that dynamo package of his, but there's a thing called leverage. And when you're 6'5" and have muscles, that makes a big difference over being 5'3" and having muscles.
Mr. Ventura, would like to thank you very much for joining us here on TNT Tuesday Night Titans.
Yeah, I've just one last quick thing. Aren't you supposed to be sitting over here and say, here's Johnny?
We'll be back with the World Wrestling Federation review, tag team review, that is, in just a moment. Earlier on, we saw the tag team champions of the World Wrestling Federation, Adrian Adonis and Dick Murdoch. In a moment, we're about to review some of the outstanding tag team combinations that are in contention for the title. And certainly one of those, Lord Alfred Hayes, would be the Samoans, Alpha and Sika.
Yes, I don't think they've ever been out of the picture. They were slightly unfortunate to lose the title. In fact, I'd go further than that. I think they were very unfortunate to lose the title.
All right, let's take a look now at Alpha and Sika, three-time co-holders of the tag team title.
Al Murdoch is now going to have to deal with the likes of Sika.
He's in the wrong corner, Gene.
Oh, he's going to be double teamed here because, as you can very well see, watch out though, Big Alpha has entered the ring.
Whoa, what a chop.
Oh!
Adonis outside now as they got control.
Watch out! Oh, no! Murdoch will never get up from that. If he does, it's a miracle.
He's being dragged.
A medical miracle.
Adrian Adonis on the arena floor.
Fireman Perry.
Samoan drop.
Oh!
He's going to get him.
2, 3. Oh, my word. Bedlam. Pandemonium. Breaking out. Over 20,000 people on their feet. Samoans picking up fall number 2.
Luis Albano has come back into the ring. Gene this time went to the Samoans' corner as they were victorious in that fall. And look, extends the hand of friendship.
I don't know if the Samoans are going to buy it.
I hope not.
What somebody like Albano has turned their back on the Samoans. Now apparently there's some bad feeling.
Alpha and Sika, quite impressive indeed, and perhaps in contention for the tag team title. Our next group to view, well, a combination that no doubt has all the fan support you possibly could have. Sergeant Slaughter in the 1st Cadet in the Cobra Corps, young Terry Daniels. Comment, please.
An amazing combination because Sergeant Slaughter has taken this young first member of the Cobra Corps and he's going to really take him under his wing, and we're going to have a look at the Sergeant and Daniel, see how they go.
All right, let's go to the tape.
But I've got to say this, Terry Daniels, 221 pounds, Amarillo, Texas. Certainly very impressive against the much, much bigger Dan Green at 295. Tag from Green to Lanny Keene. And still Daniels maintaining control. A lot of heart in this young man, Lord Alfred Hayes.
Really. I like the way Sergeant Slaughter is bringing young Daniels along. He's not getting him hurt mentally. He's looking after him physically. He's doing just a splendid job.
Sergeant Slaughter with the approval of this capacity crowd. In this week's World Wrestling Federation event, tag team action. Slaughter to Terry Daniels, and Daniels greets Lanny Keene with an arm drag takedown, followed by a leg drop. And Keene, at 252 pounds, Reno, Nevada, obviously experiencing a little pain and punishment at the hands of this gentleman right here. Very solidly put together. And you come up with a good point. I think under the tutelage, or the guidance, if you will, of Sergeant Slaughter, this young man, Terry Daniels, is really going to make his mark in the World Wrestling Federation.
Yes, he is. He's taken Sergeant Slaughter as his image, his idol.
Sergeant Slaughter and Terry Daniels. In a moment, a tag team combination at one time managed by Lou Albano, likely to be managed by him again. He's certainly he's taking another look at the Moon Dogs, and I think that's one of the most unusual combinations ever.
very bizarre, but very effective. They've always managed to make themselves well felt.
I'm sure of that. Let's take you now to the Moondogs, Rex and Spot.
Moondog's likely to do a real double team on you if you're not careful.
Rex had an opportunity to tag off.
And no, nice block. Blocked again.
Oh.
And face first, Rex the Moondog.
Hold the phone.
Into Brian Madden. And Rex the Moondog having some problems now. Whip to the rope, and Huber sends him out.
Maybe.
One, that's all.
Oh. What
Rex
a
Moondog
kick
backing
out.
off. Yes, indeed. Powerful, powerful individual, both of these two Moondogs.
Spot. Side headlock. Spike Huber, obviously, feeling the effects of that vice-like grip.
And you would anticipate that Huber would be thinking about tagging out to his partner, I would suspect, Brian Blair.
At this point in time, it may be in the best collective interests.
To the rope now, Spot coming off. Crisscrossing and up and down. So Spot having his problems. No, that's not where your man is. Spot momentarily confused.
Is he ever?
Well, there's a look at some of the tag team combinations in contention for the World Wrestling Federation tag team title held by Adrian Adonis and his tag team partner, Dick Murdoch. If you have to choose one, Lord Alfred Hayes, that perhaps would dethrone more aptly than others the tag team champions, which combination would it be?
I think I'd have to go for the Samoans.
Samoans.
I'll stick with that.
Without a doubt, one of the roughest tag team combinations ever. We'll be back as we continue with more Tuesday Night Titans. Next week here on Tuesday Night Titans, and by the way, we will join you next Tuesday night. We shall have with us likes of Captain Louis Albano. Hopeful, I would suspect that Mr. Albano can clear up some of the controversy that has ensued between himself and one Cyndi Lauper. Apparently there has been a challenge, an acceptance, and a big rift between what was at one time, I would think, quite a close relationship with Cyndi Lauper and Louis Albano, but close no longer indeed. And as a matter of fact, they are diametrically opposed as far as their views are concerned. We will have the views of Captain Louis Albano, just one of the many things we will have for you next Tuesday night, right here on Tuesday Night Titans. Thank you for joining us.